All right, so we've got an update to the walleye cheating scandal. I don't know if you saw it last September, but it was a big deal that reverberated all around the fishing world. This video went totally viral, and I'm not going to show it to you here. Just go back and look, walleye cheaters, and it'll come up anywhere on Facebook, YouTube, whatever. But these two guys in Ohio, fishing in a walleye tournament, stuffed lead weights and wrapped them in walleye fillets into these fish that they were weighing in. Essentially, totally cheating, totally ridiculous. They had been suspected of this before, but here are the guys right there. There they are. They're the two guys, the two cheaters. Jacob Runyon of Broadway Heights, Ohio, and Chase Kaminsky of Heritage, Pennsylvania. These two guys had been suspected for a while. But what happened to them, the big update, is that the two men agreed to a 3-year suspension of their fishing licenses, and Kaminsky agreed to give up his bass boat worth $100,000. And so prosecutors agreed to drop attempted grand theft and possessing criminal tools charges that they both had. They both will be sentenced on May 11th. So the prosecutors, they say, are set to recommend a 6-month probation and later ask for an expungement of their convictions if they have completed their probation. Y'all tell me down here in the comments. Y'all hit them up down here. Type it in there. Do y'all think that's fair? Do y'all think that that's what they deserved? They were fishing a Lake Erie walleye trail tournament back in September. If they would have won that tournament, they would have won $28,000 in winnings, in prizes and tournament winnings, if they would have won. I think they were suspected that they would have, given their lead issues. Let's go ahead and say that. But they were investigated over cheating in a 2022, spring of 2022 tournament, court records show. But the prosecutor concluded that there was not enough evidence in that situation to charge them. So these are habitual offenders. They did it multiple times. We don't need these guys in any kind of fishing tournaments. These two guys right here, we don't need them in any type of fishing tournament. I think that should have constituted a felony at a minimum. But those guys need to go away. They need to go away. But that's the big update. The cheaters, the two walleye cheaters, pleaded guilty to lesser charges than what they were originally charged with in order to get off easy, in my opinion. But as far as I'm concerned, I cannot see any situation where these two guys would ever be allowed to fish any type of walleye tournament again. I mean, their names are going to be plastered on everything that has anything to do with walleye. And if anybody knows any information about the walleye tournament trails, they can do whatever they want to as far as who they allow. And I'm expecting them to be lifetime banned from every tournament trail that there is. For every $5 and up walleye tournament, these two guys should never see another competition as far as walleye is concerned. But as far as bass is concerned, I don't expect to see these two guys either, because I would expect Bassmaster and any other tournament trail worth its weight would make sure that these guys, because they've pleaded guilty to cheating in a tournament, even though the charges have been lessened. They've agreed and pleaded guilty that they did, and I can't see any situation where they would be allowed to be in any type of Bassmaster tournament. But I mean, these guys I don't think, to my knowledge, have never fished a bass tournament. If anybody out there knows any different, let us all know. But pretty wild situation. Go back and watch the video if you want to, but there it is right there. They pleaded guilty. That's the update. Hopefully we won't see these guys in the fishing community anymore. If they want to go fish on their own, hopefully they're not stuffing lead weights in fish that they're catching out there on the water. But either way, not people we want in any of our tournaments. And they created quite the buzz. I mean, I went to all over the place and all types of people. I mean, from referees at my daughter's basketball games asking me about it to friends, parents, meeting them for the first time. And, oh yeah, I saw that walleye cheating thing. Yeah, all publicity is not bad publicity, but that was not really good publicity. I'll just go ahead and say it was not really good. But I appreciate everybody tuning in here to get the update on the walleye cheaters, and hopefully we'll never ever see them again. And hopefully they'll get sentenced to whatever the maximum that they're allowed to be sentenced to on that, because that's just uncalled for and we don't need it in the sports fishing community.